rush through this one. I don't want to take a lot of time either. I didn't get a very clear download of Mother Earth's second mental body, but I kind of did. Maybe I'm just a little concerned about the relevance of, or it's a little bold. But it's the Beauty and the Beast. Now, when I first got this download, it was about the beneficial bugs or the beauties or the bells that Mother Earth would elevate. And then the trolls that she would make into beasts. And then I got another download where Charlie is coming through going, the beast is the dragons. So that we're bringing the Dragon Fae grid onto the planet. And like, most of the guys of this planet can suck it for infinity. Most, not all. Some of the guys are okay. Some of the guys are charming and rad. But most of the guys on this planet can literally just suck it. So that's how Mother Earth is right now. These guys don't like, where are they in service to the planet? Oh, the planet's supposed to serve me, but I'm not supposed to die to serve the planet. Endlessly, forever. And then the guys will continue to cut down the trees and destroy the ocean. And then build technologies to fuel their egos instead of just clean up with their own hands. So that they can stay lazy and hoodlums. So one of my favorite downloads. One of my favorite downloads was when I was going through the Psycho Hell Realms. And it was this last spring still. And it was when I was just starting to be able to get strong enough to go work out again. And I was sitting outside in the flower beds at Hyde Park. Some creepo was like stalking me. Or like trying to like... There were a lot of creepos at Hyde Park, especially near the Dragon Circle. They hang out at the end at sunset. There are like 50 guys they look like they're zombies walking through the dusk, and they all look like they're drugged and about to like stab you. It's so creepy. They look like vampires, okay? You need to understand. So, so there's this guy. So I'm sitting in the flower beds and I'm like, oh, Mother Earth. And she goes, that guy creeps me out also. And it was just really funny because it's true. Just, if you're walking down the street and you're like, oh God, that person really just like just does not. Okay, so this body is probably for confessing off those people as fast as possible. And the good ones can ascendio via Hufflepuff. They can't go into Gryffindor or Ravenclaw because they need A&R marks. but they can ascendio into Hufflepuff. So it's to make sure that we're going to polarize everything as fast as possible. Somebody's asking, can we put liars into Hufflepuff? I love my boyfriend a lot, but he's a liar. So there's this too. So that's a beast. Because they should be ascendable. There's a deep flaw within them. Deep as the ocean. That's preventing their own ascension. And the same thing goes with like drug addicts. Like somebody can be really nice, like awesome person, but also a drug addict. And we want to ascendio them. So we ascend them into the house of Haniel. And they have very strict requirements. They have to do 10, 15 times more work. But once it's done, they're like suitable for Gryffindor. So they have to submit A&R paperwork and stuff for 100 dragons. And then they have to serve all of these dragons. So they have to do crazy amounts of stuff in the house of Haniel. And that way, it's Slytherin rehab. So those are our exception spaces. But we also put them in Yesod bubbles if we have to. Like, it's a delusion that you actually are in Hufflepuff. It's a delusion. Maybe someday you'll wake up out of the popped delusion. Because you will have learned your lesson in life. So it's like, House of Haniel it was really made for people like me or some other people. That's where it started. Where I would go into the House of Slytherin to kill Voldemort's spies. But I'd be a Griffin, but I'd choose Slytherin. And then the House of Haniel would be, so when I needed to go escape, I wouldn't be trapped in a Slytherin house. I could go into a Hufflepuff safety house. And so that's what it was built for. It was not to be like, oh yeah, all the druggies and all the Slytherins and all the can just ascendio. But it does help during a 5D ascension when there are family members or people that we do not want to leave behind to ascend, especially when the rest of the planet is being phased out. We're like, it's not, Hode, that's confessed. This planet is under excruciating torture from psychotic muggles. Hode is confessed, along with Netzach. So that's where the House of Haniel becomes of service, because we don't fit into Tiferet yet, but maybe someday, if we do enough dragons and paperwork, and we can also squib them. That's the other caveat. All right. So with the Mother Earth's beauty body, the Beauty and the Beast body, it's like, how do I order and arrange everyone where Mother Earth is not the bad guy? All right, people like Mother Earth, it's psycho. it's psycho. Like, I am not the bad guy, but you guys make me out to be the bad guy all day long, every day. It's just like being a parent and like having to discipline. So Mother Earth, the same thing. And then there's Charlie in the background going, I'm the beast. So how do we integrate the dragons? How do we bring the dragons to the planet? Somebody says, oh my God, that's such a safety hazard. I'm gonna go reality check. This is a Sundio planet that's dying right now. I know, but I don't want to deal with the idea that we might be taking down the Eiffel Tower. It's an ascension planet. Time is up. That's life. Mother Earth has sanctioned this planet to look like Pandora. That's what happens. And like, so how do we build the gateways or the portals for the dragon eggs? How do we bring the dragons to the planet? Because that's where they belong. Etc., etc., etc. And Mother Earth, I can guarantee you, does not care about humans being dragon food. Somebody goes, oh my God, I know. So there is a deep resentment from Mother Earth about humans. I can guarantee you. Dealing with Mother Earth spirit with me was hard enough and horrific enough. And I have like good karma. Okay. So we're going to do the Beauty and the Beast install around the planet. Let's start with the Clippeth. So she's asking 100 layers in. 100 cyclical spheres of worlds with boxes in. And this is supposed to help with your beauty body and the male beauty body you may have installed on somebody else. And she just wants the Ravenclaw blue gels at each ceilings and floors of all those worlds. And then on the walls, Ravenclaw Nexa gateways. That's what she's asking for. So it looks like white stripes, like Belle Mother Mary DNA. And then it has this pearly charm to it. So on the walls of each box, Ravenclaw Nexa gateways. Into the lava pit. You should start to feel a release in the energy around you. And then on those ceilings and floors, we're going to do some of those pearl inlays. We're also going to do the marshmallow and honeycomb charm in each layer. So you should have a sandwich of 100 layers. It should look like a 100-layer Twinkie, but with honeycomb goop and then the marshmallow cream, and then the honeycomb goop and the marshmallow cream Russian dolled into the middle of the planet. Oh, I don't like that. That's just Hufflepuff. Okay. Now we're going to have a dragon lighted on fire. And Mother Earth goes Lucifer. So Lucifer's going to light it on fire. And it should catch. And you should feel the fire beneath your feet. Mother Earth is like, I don't want to get knife raped either. Have my trees cut down. And you let it cook. It's the Beauty and the Beast bake. And then we're going to see wires growing up from the planet and creating the first world ring around us. And then the second, the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth, seventh, eighth. We're getting caught up at the eighth. Because I think that's where the Gryffindor temple ended, was that eighth world above. So we're going to build out that eighth world pretty well. Ninth world. 10th world. And we're going to start plugging into the sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, the moon, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Aries, find Aries, Ceres, find Ceres. So you're going to plug it in and you're going to wrap the metal meshes around them. Athena, Pallas Athena. Find Pallas Athena. Vesta. Kelly's already fully developing Vesta. That's what it's saying. That's funny. Juno. We're going to go for Ariel and Titan. Ariel is a moon of Uranus, and I believe Titan is a moon of Saturn. Chiron. And any other major dwarf planets or asteroids? Okay. So we're going to put the Gryffindor lava charm, or Gryffindor honeycomb lava around each, and then wrap them in the Gryffindor, and then paint it with the blue paste. Just imagine it. And then the full 5-layered lasagna. And we're going to do the same thing with Mother Earth through all these different worlds is the Gryffindor lasagna, but then the Ravenclaw lasagna, and then the Gryffindor lasagna, and then the Ravenclaw lasagna, and then the Gryffindor lasagna, and then the Ravenclaw lasagna. The Ravenclaw lasagna, again, is pearlescent honeycomb goo with hot pink paste. And we'll go 5 layers of the honeycomb slabs, and then hot pink paste in between. And there's a component about that too. It's like Beauty and the Beast. Like Ravenclaw's Beauty and the Beast is Gryffindor. Now this is an issue I had with a student. And I'm bringing up the self or the soul that goes, I do not like anything you do. Even if it's required. So that's a component of a really deeply wounded narcissist. Because a master could heal that and turn it into lemonade. I had a client that goes, I really don't feel like doing anything you say, ever. But I'm going to come and complain for hour upon hour upon hour. What you do is just soulless and it doesn't feel right. So I need to find a way to integrate that self and go, how do I get myself to get with the program That's the beast in me. Lucifer's never told me to stop. Charlie's never told me to stop. Mother Earth never told me to stop. Mother Andromeda never has. You know what they do? They ask for more and better. So, like, my shit, I don't like what you do. That's shit. That's my soul wound, self masturbation, get in my own way energy. I'd rather integrate that and go, how do I find a way to enjoy what I'm doing instead? So we need an integration charm. How do I integrate my own beast components of me into my life and turn them into a gentleman or of service or of beauty? So we're going to put the virtue juice, flowing Vila hair virtue juice. Golden locks of virtue juice puddled beneath our feet. And then we're going to have Mother Awa Charm come through like an octopus, anchoring onto the planet and then wrapping its tentacles around. And then boom, boom, and it might suffocate us. It might land where we are. And then the tentacles wrap the wires and plug it into the planet. And this Mother Awa Charm octopus is like Kali Ma. It's black and Kali pink color. And it comes with dragons and dragon egg grids. And I'm feeling maybe in 5 years we might actually be more receptive to it in the real world. We'll see. But we start the grids now. It might fill the planet with gray paste. What it's going to do is wrap around wires around all the trees and begin to put the cobra acid charm around the trees to weed off disease, but also increase self-defense mechanisms. So higher level of self-defense for the fauna and flora through every branch, through every leaf. Somebody's saying we're creating a Pandora from scratch. We're increasing all of the neural connections. Yes, that's what we're doing. Now I'm starting to feel the tree temples. Begin to send love. Hints of Lothlorien and charming forests with overwhelming, beautiful home trees where you would live in them or climb. And it's pretty grounded. From Earthstar in the Clippeth. And then all the trees and the leaves begin to connect, even just in the air. And they have floating seeds. They might not look like the bioluminescent seeds of the Tree of Souls, but they have their own seeds. Some of them look like powder fluff balls and other fun things. Some of them look like random glowing hearts flying through the air. Some of them look like spinning fairies. Like off of a lime tree. But they begin to glow and light up. And they begin to connect and weave together. Most of us spend our time really not remembering the real beauty or the true beauty of this planet. And there are so many places that are breathtaking. Many of which have been destroyed. Then we're gonna make sure the honeycomb goo, it's a petri dish kind of honeycomb goo, sits on the outside of the planet now. To let some of the new bioluminescent, and it looks awful. It doesn't look great. So we're going to pour on Inner Beauty. Inner Beauty Charm. It should sink into the petri goo of the honeycomb goo around the planet. It's like, it's okay to be ugly on the outside. As long as you're beautiful on the inside, that Mother Earth knows. Like, once I was beautiful, once on the outside, now it's just, wow. But as long as I can stay beautiful on the inside, I'll be okay. And this can come back when people learn their lessons in life. All right. And then you'll feel the golden honeycomb goo set around Mother Earth too. And it's not much, but it's good. We're going to pour the maturity charm on the inside. All right, we're going to take this and we're going to times it by 50. So there are 50 rings around Mother Earth with this. And that includes the other planets and what we did to the other planets, dwarf planets. And now we're going to put the red rose 50 layers through the body and let that sink in and disappear. It will sink into the petri dish goo and then disappear. And then the second layer, sink in again, disappear. More, one more layer, sink into the petri dish goo, and then times 50. All right. Now we're gonna do the Ravenclaw lasagna, but it's the Griffin, the Gryffindor lava honeycomb, but with the hot pink paste times 50. So in all of those 50 layers. And we have metal wires that poke out from the core of the planet. bind all of those 50 layers together. And Mother Earth says she doesn't like herself. She doesn't have mermaids here. So we need the phthalo green powder on 50 layers. She doesn't think she has a good net sock. So we put the Myrrh phthalo green charm on the 50 layers. This was more reptile land than a Myrrh Paradise. She wants more the Myrrh Paradise. All right, next. We're gonna let that dissolve. It goes from a powder into a gel pretty easily, and then it absorbs into the honeycomb. Finally, we have the Ravenclaw blue gels. We're going to do that on the same layer where all the green gels were. If all you see is turquoise now, then that's where we're at. And that's kind of the house of Haniel. So turquoise is the color of Haniel. How do I take Netsock into Ravenclaw? Turquoise. So we temper the animal with intelligence. And yes, and that is why Elsa wears turquoise. That is correct. And then we're going to put a little bit of a Cinderella Charm, Ascended Master Cinderella color charm, through each of those 50 layers. Kind of like a blue, slate blue. Okay. Feeling a lot more self-conscious, less self-conscious, but more self-aware, self-realized. That feels good. And then we're going to do the dark Ravenclaw blue gels again, times 50. Up and down, and out and forward. With the pearlescent inlays with the honeycomb. Pearlescent honeycomb inlays. Then Mother Earth says she never wants to go away. She'd rather be moved. Okay. We porcupine all the rest out, and then wrap our metal into a metal mesh around that final 50th layer. Now, if you want to do all the planets, including the sun, with the metal mesh, and then we dip it in a dark indigo blue. For some freedom and liberation. And we let the dragons light it on fire with cyan flame. If you want to do it with regular color flame, you can. What is that? This is a smoothie. Okay. We're feeling the Beauty and the Beast body starting to develop around Mother Earth. Now the rest of the planet are like Chip and Mrs. Potts and the wardrobe. But Mother Earth is Belle. And we're just her slaves. And I feel like we need to approach everything in life like that. Like Mother Earth is Cinderella and we are the mice. That prevents ego or psychosis. I'm hearing somebody go, yes, yes. This prevents us from going, I own the galaxy. God, no. Now we need to put on one last layer of Intelligentsia. So we need to know that Mother Earth is not that intelligent compared to some other planets or galaxy systems out there. So we need to bring in higher world intelligence context and bring it in. Think of Mother Earth as like a beautiful dog. It doesn't know everything. Even if you're picking up after it all day long and you're its servant, and you'll take care of it. So you're a steward of that dog, like you're a steward of the planet. So the reason why Mother Earth doesn't look like Pandora is she doesn't know how to do it yet. So you'll start to hear her develop some of that intelligence. And she will also be traumatized and feel raped to death. You need to know that too. Okay. I'm feeling good with Mother Earth's Beauty and the Beast install. There is some more work to do. Some more honeycomb with some more marshmallow charm. And then dragon eggs. Dragon egg charm. So I would do the dragon egg charm. Should look like Ishtar or Easter eggs, but beautiful painted Fabergé, all different colors and shapes and sizes in each of the different boxes around the planet. So it brings in an element of higher intelligence from other star systems or dimensions, where the dragons can bring in deeper wisdom, magic, and love. All the way into the underworld, because the Clippeth is no longer the Hell Pits. It is now Dragonland. We still don't want to go there, because there's still icky stuff. So we gotta figure out how to clear out all the rest of the icky stuff. All right. I'm feeling pretty good with this. Now we're gonna set it in gray paste. The gray paste is gonna go around all the different eggs. Now we're gonna set it on fire. It's gonna be flammable gray paste. maybe the other dragons better, even at the bottom of hell. All right, that's it. The Beauty and the Beast, mental body. You'll feel the dragons much better now. That was the real download. Being able to always get more downloads from your dragons. All right, Collie Run out.